Good evening, everybody. We wish you a very good evening, and we are all very excited to have you at Dtlc this evening. We appreciate that you've made time to be here with us. We don't take it for granted that you're here. As I said, we'd like to welcome you very warmly to Dtlc. My name is Lorraine, and I said welcome to Dtlc Season 8. Dtlc. What is that? Well, you'll get a little more detail from it from the founder of the program. But Dtlc in brief stands for Diabesity, which is the name of the organization behind this program, Lifestyle Change. So this is a lifestyle change program and not a fad. Doing what this Dtlc has been able to do to them so that you know that it's real. It's not just a story. At Dtlc, we're helping you to improve your overall health because your health is your wealth, and we want you to make the most of it. We all know health being the greatest wealth means we have to work on having complete physical, mental, and social well-being, not just avoiding disease. So this program, the Dtlc program, will help you to take care of your health and give you the best possible returns. And so it is definitely worth the investment. As I said, at Dtlc, we promote wellness and not just treat disease. Did you know the #1 killer in the world? Do you know the most prevalent diseases in the world? Looking in, it was interesting to note that most people die from non-communicable diseases like heart disease, stroke, cancer, diabetes, chronic lung disease. And the primary cause of NCDs is unhealthy lifestyles. And so at Dtlc, we help you to develop a healthy lifestyle, to build up physical activity, and to avoid anything harmful so that you are able to lead a healthy lifestyle. Remember, it's all about prevention and not cure. So this Dtlc program will help you to build a healthy lifestyle and therefore avoid such kind of illnesses. And you know what? It comes with perks. As we do this, you'll also be able to sort out your weight issues and any other issues that you've been having. So sit back and enjoy the introductory session as we launch Season 8 of Dtlc. But it would be good to hear, what is this program about? What did it come from? What inspired Dtlc? And that there's no one better to tell us about this than the founder of Dtlc, and that is Dr. Alice Ojwang. Please tell us what and why Dtlc.
Thank you so much, Lorraine. And we'd like to welcome everybody. People are trickling in, but we continue. So, Dtlc program. This is a program that I started maybe 15 years ago. I had started my practice in 2001, and when the practice was turning 10 years ago, we decided to start a total lifestyle change program where we were actually working out with clients face to face. So we wake up early in the morning, we met at 5 a.m. I took people through a nutrition program, different lessons on the program. And then I realized that the outcome was so successful. People were so successful. People did so much better. And at the end of the year, we always did a marathon, like the Standard Chartered Marathon, and everybody got a trophy for their good work. And then come COVID, and we moved this program online. We started it in the UK where we got funding and we did a pilot to see if it works. So today I'm just going to take you through a brief on what this Dtlc is all about. So what is it about? The Diabesity And why it's called Diabesity? Because my specialty, having studied nutrition, undergraduate, master's, and PhD, is really overweight and diabetes. And other chronic conditions, of course, but these are the biggest killers, like Lorraine just read the standards. So the Diabesity Total Lifestyle Change Program was born from a blend of personal experiences and professional dedication to tackling diabetes and other chronic diseases through sustainable lifestyle changes. I have worked with different clients, and just managing their portions, managing their diet, I could see changes. People lost weight, people reversed type 2 diabetes. And of course, at the time, like 2001, I was such a young person in the career. And when other health professionals told me, no, it cannot happen, I just kept quiet. But you could see that I could see the outcome. And of course, I've also been inspired by witnessing loved ones face challenges of diabetes and other chronic conditions. And so this program extends beyond simple guidelines to create a supportive community, offer consistent resources, and empower participants to take charge. It's a 12-week program, but you're wondering why we are doing a 6-week. The 12-week program is for diabetes. The 6 weeks program is really for other conditions. We know that when you're diabetes, you need diabetes medication. When you have high cholesterol, you need high cholesterol medication. When you're hypertensive, you need hypertensive medication. But when you go through a lifestyle program, one lifestyle recommendation and nutrition hits everything. It is able to help you prevent diabetes or reverse it, improve your cholesterol and improve your blood pressure. So this 12-week program provides a structured support through personal telephone calls, WhatsApp group participation. And in the WhatsApp group, we do a lot. We want to see you post your food, because a picture tells 1,000 words. We are going to use your pictures to be able to educate you. We give you, through the WhatsApp group, we provide dietary guidance. We monitor what's going on with your steps. We answer questions during the week. So on Monday, we meet to give you an education and a challenge for the week. But during the week, we use the WhatsApp to communicate. So each week, participants receive a new challenge to encourage steady progress. The program is delivered online with sessions recorded for lifelong access, ensuring participants can revisit these valuable resources. So all the videos are recorded. Of course, it's not for distribution, because you remember we have other people discussing their challenges, and this is very personal. So you cannot share the videos, but you have lifetime access, which means you can keep going back to watch it. So really, we have achieved remarkable outcomes that no treatment protocol or medication can provide. If you're on lots of medication to manage your diabetes or cholesterol or any chronic condition you're managing, if you don't follow a lifestyle, a nutrition and lifestyle program, it is not going to, you will just keep depending on the drugs. But with the Dtlc program, it provides support that helps you to improve your glucose, to even put some of these conditions like diabetes and blood pressure into remission, even cancer. So really, I've done this for 25 years. I am confident. If I tell you to change your diet, don't eat animal protein at night, just work with me. Sometimes we fight, but it's good to work. So really, this program also provides evidence-based research. So we don't just give you, it's not a fad, it's evidence-based. So we integrate nutrition, physical activity, mental wellness, and support. And of course, the various programs that we discuss in the sessions includes, relationship with food, emotional eating. And this season, we are going to add something new. We are going to add something on gene, how your diet affects your gene expressions and how that progresses to disease. So, of course, we provide all this support. There is a lot of resources that we provide for you. Every week, you will get different resources to support you. So this is just the summary of the Dtlc program. It equips you with tools, information, encouragement to transform your life and manage any chronic conditions that is lying in wait, or just be a healthy person. So we have a whole team of professionals. We have nutritionists. We also have medical doctors in the team. We have psychologists, and we have others that we can bring in whenever it is needed. So we strive to make a lasting impact on you and the broad and your family, of course, because you're not going to do this alone. So we want the best for you, and that's the summary of the DTLC program. Thank you very much, and over to you, Ms. Lauren.
The DTLC program. Thank you very much. I've been here with the DTLC. We are on season 8. So we have had 7 seasons of this, and we have seen its success. But just so that we have a little more confidence, that is DTLC. But Dr. Ojwang, who are you? Why should we trust you? Why should we pay money to work with you? Tell us a little about who is Dr. Ojwang.
Who is Dr. Ojwang? Alice is a nutritionist or a dietitian. My history is I wanted to do medicine, but I did not qualify for medicine. And so my uncle, who is a pathologist, a medical doctor and a pathologist, told me that nutrition is the best medicine. And so he encouraged me to study nutrition. And we literally went around, going to those days, it was the 4 universities, Moi University, Egerton, Nairobi, and Kenyatta University, looking for a nutrition-related course, and we found it at the Kenyatta University. So my uncle mentored me along the way, and learning about nutrition, I became so passionate because it makes a difference. It made a difference in my life growing up. When I was young, in my early 20s, I was diagnosed with diabetes accidentally. Of course, I panicked, but applying nutrition helped me to reverse it. And up to now, well, it can recur, but lifestyle really helps. And so over the years, I have become more passionate about it because I've seen what nutrition is, what nutrition can do. Nutrition can do a lot, So a lot of time, what I found is most people or doctors refer persons or patients to me when their blood sugar was completely out of control, or their cholesterol was high, or the patient was really sick. And when somebody calls and says, I have to see you, it's an emergency. And I say, nutrition is not an emergency. But then when people come, they are so sick. And so I do what I can. But then I realize that I need to do more to get people before they get sick. Unfortunately, majority still come when they're sick. But that is what I'm trying. So we are trying together with friends to try and get people to come early. So this is who I am. I've been doing this for 25 years. It is a passion. I know what it can do. And after all the studying I've done, it comes back to nature. So really, it's not even rocket science anymore. The studying was rocket science. The reading was quite a bit. But when we come down to basics, it's nature. So we follow nature, we're obedient to nature, and we are healthy. So when we say you need to eat whole food, you need to eat whole food because God, Jehovah, created you and created the food. So when we eat things that are man-made, then you get into trouble. I read it, I've seen it. When you read literature, just something like cholesterol alone, there is so much confusion. What causes cholesterol? Is it fat that you consume? Is it the saturated fat that you consume? Is it the man-made fat or is it the natural fat? But when I was in school, the recommendation was different. You need to eat, olive oil. You need to eat sunflower oil. But the fact that the thing is this, as long as this has been manufactured, it's no longer natural and it creates trouble. So we, together with my colleague Mildred and the doctor, Dr. Tino Jalango, Lorraine, we have got experience, we have got evidence, we've been doing this for so long, and we want to just empower you so you can take better care of your health and, pay less visits to the doctors. Yeah, and take less medication. That's the goal. Thank you, Lorraine. I can talk forever about this.
Yeah. So doctor, you're Dr. Ojwang. This is Doctor of Medicine?
Learned doctor, so they say. So I hold a PhD in dietetics. and a master's in nutrition. So I'm a nutritionist and a dietitian. So nutritionists study about nutrients and they do a lot of research and work in the community. But dietitians are supposed to be able to prescribe the diet for you. So if you have cancer, we prescribe. If you have diabetes, we prescribe. So that is the difference between a dietitian and a, yes.
Okay, so it's a doctor of books in the field of nutrition.
Yes.
Thank you very much. So we can trust your word. This is based on research.
Please,
that
yes.
It has worked and we have seen it working. But that is your story. What about the people who have gone through your program? It would be good to hear from the plenary, anybody who has gone through the Dtlc program, does it work, or is Dr. Ojwanga's stories? And I could ask one person to start, and that is Doris. Doris, would you tell us what happened? How are you here? What has worked for you? As other people who have been on the program also plan to talk, eh? So that we can motivate the others who would like to join season 8.
Right. Thank you so much. Can you hear me? Thank you so much, Lorraine and Dr. Alice. I'm here again for a second season. I was here for 12 weeks, the season before that. And yeah, what can I say? I can also talk forever, but I'm going to try and go to the point for the sake of everyone who's joined. I've scrolled through the names to see if I know if there are any familiar names. And apart from a couple, every name on here is new to me. So I'm not sure if they were in the last season or not. But if this is your first time trying to join or trying to see if this should be for you or not, just listen to my story and hopefully you'll be able to make your own mind. You're definitely not wasting your time and you're definitely not at the wrong place or the wrong platform. You're at the right place at the right time for the right reasons. So I joined this program back in March. What happened in March? I'd gone for my annual checkup and, just strolled into the hospital casually, knowing that I'm just going for my checkup as I normally would go. But I didn't make it past the nurse's room because as soon as the nurse checked my blood pressure, it was just so high. It was somewhere in 230 over some ridiculous number that I don't even remember right now, but it was definitely 230 going on 240 over 100 and something. And of course, that was alarming. They didn't let me out of the hospital. And I was like, but, I'm feeling okay. Do you need to keep me in the hospital? And I said, no, yes, we do need to keep you in the hospital to do all the other checks to make sure that you're okay before we can release you. So you can imagine a routine check ended up me being in hospital for a full day, as they checked the heart and they checked everything else, because they said with this kind of pressure readings, chances are you might have other complications. We'll have to check your sugar, we'll check your blood work. And they checked all that. And thankfully, there was no sugar. I didn't have any diabetes issues, but I did have cholesterol was creeping up high, and so I had to be put on medication to lower the blood pressure and to bring the cholesterol down to normal. They checked my heart, and my heart was okay. But see, this was now it was an alarm for me because I thought, look, if I hadn't gone in for that routine check and just gone through my life because I wasn't feeling ill or anything, where would I have been today? For instance, I do not know. Maybe my heart would have stopped. Maybe my cholesterol would have gone out of control. Maybe my sugar levels would have. I just didn't want to start thinking about that anymore. And of course, when they checked my weight, they told me I was obese. I was like, what do you mean I'm obese? And they said, do I look obese? And they said, yeah, you're obese as long as your BMI is 30, then you are obese because you need to be at 25. And so I thought, okay, now what do I need to do here? I've got to do something about it. And I of course, like probably many other people, I thought I'd just take a shortcut. If it's weight that I need to lose, I can do that quickly. I'll just go somewhere and have all of these cosmetic procedures that I'll quickly lose the weight and the blood pressure will come back to normal and everything's going to be good. So I made an appointment to go and have the Allurian balloon, which they fix in your stomach so you don't eat much. And I was quite happy about that. It was incredibly expensive, but I was like, you know what, it's okay. I'm going to do this because I need to shed those 10 kilos. I went to the clinic, to the doctors, and sat in the waiting room. They told me, okay, the doctor's waiting to see you now. Went to see the doctor. And then the doctor starts talking to me about my blood sugar, testing my diabetes. I'm like, okay, this is weird, but okay, maybe they need to test my diabetes for some reason. And as we were talking, I realized now this doctor is wondering why my blood sugar levels are normal. And she asked me, your blood sugar levels are normal? I said, yes. So then why are you here? And I said, and she, I want to lose some weight. And so she started talking to me about nutrition. And then my phone rings. Half an hour later, my phone rings, and it's from the doctor that I was waiting for. I was like, where are you? You missed your appointment. I said, I have not missed my appointment. I'm at my appointment right now. And I said, what do you mean? We're waiting for you. Where are you? And I'm like, oh, okay, where am I? At this point, I'm asking the doctor, and she tells me who she is. She happens to be from the Diabesity program. And clearly, I was in the wrong room. I went to the wrong room, wrong session, wrong doctor. I turned left instead of turning right. But lo and behold, it was a blessing for me to have turned left because now the doctor spoke to me about nutrition and about this program and said the safest weight is not your issue. Your issue is that blood work that you need to really get in charge of because that will cost your life. These 10 kilos that you're about to lose, if you don't get your diet, your nutrition right, you won't be able not only to maintain it, but you won't have, gotten healthy habits that would save your life in future. So long story short, I did not go for that procedure and decided to stick to this. So I joined the program back in March, 12 weeks it was. Yeah, it was a shock to my system because a lot of the habits that I thought were normal, that I thought were healthy, were in fact the culprits that were causing my health to slowly deteriorate. Things like eating sugar at the wrong time, drinking sugary drinks, or eating carbohydrates more than I should, thinking I'm being healthy, or even not eating carbohydrates at all and eating so much meat and proteins I thought were healthy. All these habits were, in fact, the perpetrators to getting my health on the downward spiral that it was going. And so I learned day by day. I also was willing to learn because I needed to be healthy. I was committed to be healthy, and I was committed to reverse my situation without necessarily clinging to, or rather reverting to medication, which I really didn't want to have to depend on. Uh, Also, I was completely against. Well, I wasn't open to the group therapy. I'm calling it group therapy. I thought, now, really, everyone's journey is different. Do we have to be in a group? Do we have to post our food? Do we have to report on what we eat? And then as the weeks went by, I realized, yes, we do. This is the kind of support that we need. By posting our food, we're showing accountability of what we did eat, what we consumed, and how we stuck to or rather how we stood by what the doctors here were teaching us. By supporting each other in the group, of course, there are times when you're at weak moments, there are times when you fall short, there are times when you don't understand. When you're in a group dynamics, we're there to support one another and to encourage one another to stay the course. And what was really the game changer was when I stood on the scale. I won't say we. I stood on the scale, and the weight was just coming off without me having to starve myself, without having to go on ridiculous diets, without cutting out on foods that I loved, just knowing when to eat them, how much to eat them, and so on and so forth. And the activity levels that, of course, makes one feel a lot better. I began to feel a lot better. I began to feel stronger. And as I understood the why should we eat the way we were asked to eat, then it became so much easier. And of course, the icing on the cake was definitely the numbers. My blood pressure, by the end of the program, my blood pressure had gone from 200 and whatever it was, it had gone down to I was on about 118 over 75. Yes, I was on medication, but the medication was only for a month. So I stopped the medication and I started just managing it with the nutrition. And yeah, I was now about 118, 120. I did not, over 75, which I had never seen such numbers of blood pressure. I was so happy about that. Um, the cholesterol back to normal. I did not have blood sugar issues, but they were also okay. My blood work was just at such a good place. And because of that, I thought, you know what, let me not be too comfortable. I'm going to join the next season and I'll keep joining every other season just so that I'm on track and just so that I can do everything I can to live my healthiest, my healthiest life possible, not just for myself. I do have a daughter that I intend to walk down the aisle with, that I intend to see my grandchildren when the time comes, and all these things. And I want to do that healthy, and I want to do that with my strength, not hobbling around because of weakness, and so on. So I absolutely love this program. And yeah, that's why I'm here again joining this season. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Very, very motivating story. Thank God you turned right and not left. And we have
Man, I'll never.
it.
I would have been running around with the foreign thing in my stomach, and my numbers would have been worse for it. Now, to this day, I honestly, I don't know if you understand the issue of that blood pressure normalizing. That is everything to me, more than anything else, honestly. So I'm so glad I turned. I went to first class instead of economy.
You see now, and it helped you. And the perks,
It did.
You can see the
And
goodies,
the
the perks
perks,
that come on
yeah.
first class. Thank you.
Yeah.
I think at this point it would be nice to talk to the person who received you. That is Dr. Nyawera.
Oh
Just,
my God, is she here?
oh yeah, she's hearing your story. Dr. Nyawera, at the first class, please tell us, what do you have to say about this program so that anybody listening to this knows they'll benefit from this? I am sure I saw her. Oh, she's on the way. She'll catch you. Don't
She's
worry.
here. She's here.
Oh.
Dr. Nyawera Maina, we're calling on you. Okay. Maybe
Oh, she's on the way.
she's attending to
I
a
would
patient.
really want to hear from her because I've not spoken to her since that time.
You will hear from her, I'm sure.
The
Okay.
time.
Okay. Maybe she's attending
Okay.
to a client.
All right. Okay,
she will.
that's fine. Maybe we can have one more person and then we listen to the other doctor. That's Dr. Atieno Jalango to tell us why it's a good thing to be on this program from her perspective. So one other person. Shall I ask Ralph, why are you here again? All the way from
I
Germany?
love the program. It's really nice. I really enjoy it. Good doctors, and I have also make many improvements and many benefits from this program, and I learn a lot. For example, I had infection in my ankle, in my knee, and I done many things to cure it and did not cure. And I thought comes from inside something allergic. Also, my breath was not good. I was short breathing, and I had a low energy level. So I was my pain point was so already. I was thinking I have to do something to go up again. And this program, my friend Raphael invited me, and it was exactly what I needed, and I made too many improvements. For example, I had always these red allergy here in my face, and I try every creams and everything, but it did not go away. And I was guess also it comes from inside some food, but my diet is not good. So then another thing was the short breathing, and then one time I had also this allergy about itchy in the arms and everything. So I improved my sight, my smell, my all my senses was better. I became better, and even without glasses, I could even already read better. Not fully good, but much better. And I write it down, everything here, but I think I could write more down. And I find my list, and I think yeah, I learned a lot, and I learned about myself, about my body, many things, and also my weight goes down, and the overall improvement in my vitality and my strength was much better. I could concentrate better. I enjoy my life again, because it was on a point where I was, yeah, struggling a little bit, and I was thinking it was not anymore enjoyable to I think. And finally, I find out is really my biggest problem is this a little bit emotional eating, because I suffer also from chronic depression. So it's emotionally eating, and the sugar is a little bit really, I have to fight against this. So I have to, and for this second season I joined, I want to get motivation again, so to continue, because it's really hard to continue this lifestyle. You always go back to the other. Many things I did not go back, but still a little bit, especially to the sweet. So I have to work on this, and yeah, that's it. It's a lot. It's a lot. I think I can write a book about
Wow.
what kind of many improvements I made. So I enjoyed, and I want not to have this stroke, diabetes, what many people have, because I know it's from the diet. It's a lifestyle, because it's the modern civilization. What we eat, it's all processed. Many things is processed, so that makes us really sick. And I don't want to. I want to not suffer stroke or something like this. I don't like. I want to avoid that. So I'm happy not that it happened. I want to prevent.
Wow.
Thank you very much for this fine program. I
Thank
really
you.
enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Well done. Well done. Thank you very much for that experience, and we really appreciate. Thank you. Welcome back. We're happy to have you again.
Yeah.
Okay. And you
Yes.
have company as well, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think we can have one last story.
Mm-hmm.
I saw Adhiambo, I saw Bella. Who's gonna tell us why Dtlc works, so that we know it's not just a Dr. Ojwang story?
I can talk. This is Bella.
Fantastic. Hello, Bella, and welcome.
Hi, I hope when I talk, I hope my mom will be okay. I think I saw her online. Let me see if she's still there. Okay, she's still there. So I'm going to talk about myself, but I'm going to touch on my mom as well. I joined, I believe, must have been season 6.
Yes.
Maybe there's been 2 seasons since.
Mm.
And I think in terms of ladies, I'll talk about sizes. And the reason I joined is my mom asked me to join. And of course, I've known Dr. Ojwang since she was a little girl, so that tells you. I've known her forever, so I know everything about how she's urged us to go on diet. I've seen it from the beginning, and I was like, yeah. I'll do it. So my mom, unfortunately, had a stroke. I could hear when our comrade from Germany, we were in the same season, I believe, was talking about wants to avoid that. So my mother had a nasty stroke, and my mom has always been very good with her diet, and as always doesn't take sugar. She's really, really good. So when she got the stroke, and somehow she did all the rehab, she wasn't able to talk, walk, but she was able to now walk. She can dance, she can walk, but it was intense rehab. The only reason I think my mom is alive is because she lives in the United States. So they had intense therapy. Had she been in Kenya, she would have just died. So now she's back and she's able to do all that. And then they couldn't control her cholesterol with all the medication in the States. They couldn't figure out what was wrong. But Dr. Ojwang just suggested, let's just look at your diet and change it. So she did it, and amazingly, she lost weight. She had things started getting reversed. Of course, there are some things that cannot always be reversed, but she's doing very much better. Because I know in Kenya it would have been a different story. So she saw how big I was. She was like, Athena, my kid, I don't want you to go through what I went through. You just go for this class. And Alice's class is really, really good. So I guess out of badgering, I said, let me do it because I have flat feet and it was giving me problems. I couldn't walk. So I was into a size 18. For those who know sizes, because I get confused with weights, mara pounds, mara kilos. So ikovile, I'm not really. So I was a size 18. Now I'm down to a 12 from that program. So you can imagine from 18 to 12. But I'm nowhere near where I used to be. I need to get back to an 8. So I've decided, let me come back because I've derailed a little bit. I was really on top of it, but I haven't gone back up. My weight is still 12. I'm still a size 12, So, but I'm still feeling like, I need to get back on track. I believe, I wish somebody else can talk. I now started, spreading the gospel because I saw it worked with my mom. So it's not a gimmick. And I've also, it's worked with me, and I'm a very difficult person to convince, by the way, as they can testify. I'm a kind of stubborn. So I told my whole family members, my sister-in-law, and I'm sure she'll talk about her story. I will not talk about it, but I can do spoiler alert and say she reversed her diabetes. She joined the program after me, and she's doing so well. So this works. Or the only thing is you follow it. That's all I can say. It really works. And even bad habits, even habits which I thought I couldn't break, I was like, no way, I gotta have my tea with this. I gotta have this. I've actually slowly changed my lifestyle. Everybody in the house now knows, they know what to cook for me. And like you said, it's not really rocket science. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Bella. That's such a fantastic story. We're deeply,
Oh,
deeply.
there's Ralph. There's Ralph. Hi, Ralph.
Yes,
And
that's
yeah, and Bella is my big sister, so you can imagine trying to manage your sister, Trying to manage. It wasn't easy, but eventually she listened. And I think also the group helps because if I can't do it, then the group does it for me, Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you. Thank you. Dr. Jalango, you practice elsewhere, but why do you want us to join DTLC, or why do you encourage DTLC?
Good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here once again. And I encourage this TLC for one simple reason. It works and it changes lives. Okay? I think DTLC employs the basic principle that has been from time immemorial. And I think the Greek sages were really wise, As far back as BC, Hippocrates said, let thy medicine be thy food, and thy food thy medicine. Okay? So food, if taken appropriately, if taken at the right time, in the right quantities, and for the right purpose, can do you a lot of good. Our bodies are like a system that requires inputs, and from those inputs, you get outputs. When we put into our mouths certain things, you can never retrieve it back, and the damage they can do to your body is irreparable sometimes. But we are fortunate for a lot of the illnesses that we have, that we sometimes are lucky enough to have something like DTLC coming across and getting people to know how to handle food. If you eat right, then I can tell you 90% of your health problems are gone. Okay? So I have seen in my practice, and I have seen through DTLC season after season, lives are changed, and those who stick to the change really benefit. So all I would say is encourage those who are interested. You've heard the stories. They're not fabricated. These are real stories. These are real stories. So you have taken a chances at this. You are making a choice. You are making a choice to make some certain changes, and these choices have consequences. And fortunately, I can tell you, you have made a good choice. And the changes that you will make as you go through DTLC will change your life, and it will change your life for the better. So this is a great investment, an investment for you and an investment for your life. You won't regret it. Yeah, I've seen what nutrition has done to me at a personal level. What one time I was overweight when I was going through treatment for adenomyosis. I'm still also grappling now. I've just kind of gotten control of it with the menopause. Menopause kind of threw me off balance, but just sticking to the principles I am now seeing. After about 2 years now, I'm getting to it. So I can tell you it works. So learn the principles and you keep the principles for life. You apply them every day. So it's not a matter of knowing what to do, but doing what you know. And once you're doing it, it is not doing it today and then sleeping for the rest of the 364 days. No, it is a daily commitment for life. So welcome to DTLC for those who are taking it up. And it's a wonderful journey, a journey for life.
Thank you. You're a good queen, the kind that holds the crown for a friend. And Dr. John, why do I say that? Why do you trust what Dr. Jalango says?
When I started my career at Kenyatta National Hospital in 1999, I met Dr. Tino Jalango at the diabetic clinic. I was new, so I was going through the rotation, and she's the one who held my hand and says, come. She taught me diabetes. And so I learned through her, and I have done this, and now I have taught her nutrition, and now we've come together to work as a team to support persons living with diabetes, especially. And why I'm so passionate about this is because I see people coming and their sugars are out of control, they're getting complications, and it's just their diet, because it's a condition that affects the way your body uses food. And of course, remember what I said earlier, when you're diabetic, you need diabetic medication. When you're hypertensive, you need cholesterol. You need so many medications to treat conditions. But with lifestyle, it will take care of diabetes. It will take care of your weight. It will take care of, whatever condition you have. So I trust Atino because we have worked together and I have seen the difference it makes. Yeah. So team works. It's not just Alice.
Amen.
The whole team. Dr. Nyawira, Mildred, where's Mildred? We have interns. We're also training interns so that they can take over. Yeah, and blow this out of proportion. Thank you.
Great. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Jalango, for being a great queen and sticking with Dr. Ojong. And now look what
Thanks
we have.
a lot.
Yeah, very good. Dr. Nyawira, is she here now? She can give us the last statement and tell us, Doris needs to hear her voice.
Good evening, everyone.
Oh, yeah.
There she is. And Doris, there she is.
Hi, there she is. Yes.
I think I joined DTLC the second.
Sorry, Dr. Nyawira, we
I
can't hear
joined
you
it from
clearly.
DTLC 2. And because I work in a clinic, I thought, people come in and you tell them, do this, do that. I mean, why don't you just try doing it yourself? And it's a matter of consistency. You have to be consistent. I remember Alice then telling us, you want to eat a chapati? Eat it. But how much you eat is what matters. So by cutting down the carbs, I think when we started the program DTLC 2, I think I weighed 106. Right now, I hover between 74 and 77.
Wow.
The walking has been consistent. If there's one thing I have done, is walk. So it does work. It's not that it doesn't, it does work. So I encourage everyone who wants to join, be consistent in your diet, be consistent in your exercise. It works. Thank you.
Thank you. Doris couldn't wait to hear from you, so it's good to hear you. Doris, a comment for Dr. Nyawera?
Hi, Dr. Nyawira. I just want to ask her if she remembers me. That's all I want to ask her at this point.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I hope you're doing well.
I am doing well, and I listened to what you said. At least I took your advice very seriously. You spoke
Thank you.
so well and said, "Girl, just go for this nutrition program and forget about whatever else you were thinking of." So thank you. Yeah, thank you, Esther.
Welcome, dear.
Thank you.
And
Thank you,
you can see
Dr.
Dr. Nyawera is practicing what she says. She also follows the program, and she has lost, that's quite some weight, my friend, 20-something kilos, without starvation, darling, without starvation. So thank you for sharing that experience as well. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. She walked the talk. It's still walking the talk and walking away the miles, the pounds.
Yeah.
Very nice. Okay, so I think that was interesting.
Sorry, Lorraine, we are network issues.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
you are clear.
Yeah.
Yes. So we've heard from the participants, the horse's mouth, as it were. We've heard from the doctors. It's real and it works. So let's set a stage. Let's set the stage for season 8. So to start us off, Mildred Nyange, our professional nutritionist in the house, is here to test us out and see, do we need this service to make it real, or to help us understand why it is important for you as an individual to be on the show? So Mildred, do help us see, why do I need to be on this show?
Thank you. Thank you so much, Lorraine. So to help us get or pay to be on this program, I'll take you through a short quiz. So be ready with a pen and paper. Take a pen and a paper. We will answer 15 questions. So it will be simple, just yes or no. Just yes or no. So you'll write question 1. Once I read, you'll say yes or no. And then at the end of it, you'll put in the chat how many yeses and how many no's did you have. So I hope you have your pen and paper ready. So for each statement, you will just say yes or no. And if you find yourself saying yes to several of the Dtlc, to several questions, then the Dtlc program could be just the right thing for you. So we'll start with question 1. I feel tired or low energy throughout most of the day. Yes or no? 1, I feel tired or low energy throughout most of the day. You'll put it down either yes or no. I hope we are together. Question 2. My weight feels challenging to control despite my efforts. You have tried, but still it feels challenging to control your weight despite the efforts that you have put in. So that's for question 2. Answer yes or no. Question 3. I sometimes experience memory lapses or trouble focusing. I sometimes experience memory lapses or have trouble focusing. Yes or no? Question 4. I often crave sugary foods or carbohydrates and feel low if I don't have them. I often crave sugary foods or carbohydrates and feel low if I don't have them. Yes or no? Question 5. I struggle with maintaining a consistent exercise routine. I struggle with maintaining a consistent exercise routine. That's question 5. Number 6, I worry about my blood sugar, or I have been told it's high. I worry about my blood sugar, or I've been told that it's high. Then question 7, I feel stressed often and find it hard to manage. I feel stressed often and find it hard to manage. That's number 7. Number 8, I am short of breath or low in stamina, even with mild activity. I am short of breath or low in stamina, even with mild activity. Question 9, I feel like I could benefit from guidance on healthy eating. I feel like I could benefit from guidance on healthy eating. Question 10, I experience mood swings or irritability frequently. I experience mood swings or irritability frequently. That's question 10. Question 11, I often eat out or rely on convenience foods instead of cooking. I often eat out or rely on convenience foods instead of cooking. My family, question 12, my family has a history of diabetes or other chronic health conditions. My family has a history of diabetes or other chronic health conditions. That's question 12. Question 13, I've been told by my doctor to watch my blood pressure or cholesterol. I've been told by my doctor to watch my blood pressure or cholesterol. Question 14, I feel like I lack the motivation or knowledge to make healthier lifestyle changes. I feel like I lack the motivation or knowledge to make healthier lifestyle changes. And question number 15, I have never seen a nutritionist. The last question, number 15, I have never seen a nutritionist. I hope that was clear, and we can now write on the chat, how many yeses do you have? You can just quickly get a snapshot of what everybody's getting. You can write on the chat. Yeah, you'll tell us yes. Okay, you have 13 yeses. James, thank you. Yes are 3, no are 12. From Helen. Let's count and write. 12, Ralph, 12. Yes, thank you. We are how many? We are many, 53. Yes, let us type. Wow, lovely. So, they are coming in. Thank you. 5, 2, 8, 5, 9, 12, 5, 9, 6 yeses. 5, lovely. So if you have mostly yes, DTLC is the program for you. You are going to benefit greatly because here we offer support, we will give you education and give you even practical tools that will help you manage your energy, manage your weight, your blood sugar, and your overall health in general. Well, for those who have so many no's, it seems like you you have it, you're having it, let's say like 50%, but you still need the program, because the program will give you additional insights and tools to help maintain. Maintaining is also a big issue sometimes, to help maintain and enhance your wellness journey that you have just started. So I hope that we'll see you, all of you, next week as we continue into our week 2. There are around 50 people who have joined, that we will continue with this journey. Thank you so much, Lorraine.
Well, thank you very much, Mildred, for testing who we really are, and showing us what we really need. That was very insightful, and it makes us reflect on the kind of issues that we could be having. Remember, we said it's lifestyle. So all those questions I recognize related to lifestyle. Okay, good. So then we realize we need. Thank you, Mildred, for helping us reflect and seeing that, yes, we need. Now, how do we handle things at DTLC? How does it work? Would you like to see a demonstration? Well, to do that, Dr. John will take us through the lesson for today. So the introductory session, or session 1, the main topic today is why eat healthy? Answering the why. Why eat healthy? So based on the questions, yes, we need help, but how do we start getting the help? So Dr. John, please help us to see, why should we eat healthy?
Thank you very much. Good evening once more. You've been here. You're probably getting tired. It's getting late, but I'm just going to give you a tip. Some of these things you know, some of them you don't know. So I'll take you through our presentation, and then you can ask questions. This is basic. So for the nutrition, for 6 weeks nutrition session, what I'm covering today is not even what we are going to cover in the 6 weeks. So this is just a taste of what is to come, but giving you a tip so that if you don't join now, at least you have something to work on. So I'm just going to share my slides, and you take it from there. Mute. Yes. Okay. Thank you very much. Can you confirm that you can see my slides? Yes.
Yes, we can.
Okay, thank you very much. So, why do we need to eat healthy? Why? So this, I want to take you through understanding the benefits of good nutrition for a healthier life. Most of the time, people do not find a dietitian unless they're really sick. And most of the time, nobody does. You find somebody is 70 years old, 60 years old, has never seen a dietitian. And just to confirm, how many of you today, out of 50, maybe, how many of you have ever seen a dietitian? So this is, I'm just talking about what a dietitians can actually do for you. So what I'd like you to think about first is, remember that genes load the gun, but your lifestyle is the one that pulls the trigger. You know, your genes, you have good genes, but lifestyle is the one that pulls the trigger. So what you eat, what you do, you know, not using your forks wisely, not using your nighttime wisely, and not using movement, your feet wisely. So why eating healthy matters? Nutrition impacts every aspect of our health, from energy levels to disease prevention. If you don't eat breakfast, for example, you will be very tired at the end of the day. And most of the time, you will be having a headache at the end of the day. For those who have migraines, it will worsen at the end of the day. So skipping breakfast becomes a problem that affects your energy levels. If you eat a large meal at night, remember, at night, it's in the evening. You're supposed to go to bed. You're supposed to sleep. So if you're eating a lot of food at night, it means that your brain becomes active because you provided glucose for the brain. And so the brain is active. That means the quality of your sleep is reduced. When you eat things like meat, it's digested for 7 to 8 hours. That means you're not sleeping at all. There is heat production and there's energy and there are all processes going on. So your quality of sleep is low. So what happens? You're always tired in the morning and you're tired in the evening every day. And you will go and do several medical tests and they will find nothing because you eat too much at the wrong time and too little. And now imagine when you have high blood pressure and you're not sleeping well, what happens? It only gets worse. If you have any chronic conditions or even just having low immune system, it only gets worse because you're not sleeping. That lowers your immune system. The body is not, the processes, the rejuvenation that takes place at night is actually delayed because of that. So eating healthy really matters. So if you want to improve our energy level, then we need to do the basics. Remember, I said it's not rocket science anymore. After studying for all these years, it's not rocket science. It's actually just nature. And when you think about it, at night, you're going to sleep. You don't need energy to sleep. You need very little food. In the morning, you're waking up to go and do a lot of work or move. So you need more at that time. And that's just nature. Okay, my slides move. Okay, there we go. So, nutrient-rich foods provide sustainable energy. You see, we have so many foods in the market. You have a piece of bread, white bread, it's already refined. When you take one slice of bread, first of all, it gives you equivalent to maybe 3 teaspoons of sugar, which is going to be absorbed very quickly and gone. So that is not going to help you sustain energy. But when you take something that is whole wheat, whole maize, whole fruit, it lasts you longer. So I'll give you a trick. If you always wake up and take a slice of bread and go to work, that doesn't work. So actually just confiscate the bread. Stop eating the bread for breakfast. You need that for dinner because you need a light meal. So wake up in the morning and that food you always eat at night, eat it for breakfast. If you eat a piece of protein once a day, either it's meat, it's chicken or fish or egg or your beans or groundnuts, try eating that in the morning and see. You will be so full of energy most of the day. In fact, if you eat a protein in the morning, I'll tell you, you'll be looking for food at 3, 4, 5 o'clock. So you have sustained energy that takes you through the day. One thing I also have come to appreciate is a lot of parents, they really struggle with the children. The children wake up very early in the morning. You give them cereal, you give them bread. They have a long bus ride. By the time they get to school, that's gone. So what is their concentration? It's low. So what happens? They are just going to be really struggling to concentrate. Then 10 o'clock comes, what have you packed? Sugar. Then they take sugar on an empty stomach. They become hyperactive. What is their concentration? Very low. At lunch comes, they eat a heavy meal. What happens? There's competition for blood supply between the stomach and the brain. So they are drowsy the whole afternoon. How much learning have they done? Then you find that your child is not doing well in school. Then you move them from one school to the other with the same type of diet. So the issue is just the diet. So all you have to do, make sure your child gets the protein in the morning. Give them that burger when they wake up in the morning. Give them a piece of chicken. Teach them to eat like that. And when you eat very little in the evening, when you wake up in the morning, you're hungry and you're ready for a meal. So we want you to have sustained energy. And when you have sustained energy, your concentration is better, you're more energetic, even your mood is fine. You're not fighting with anybody. Remember, an angry person, a hungry person is an angry person. So when you don't eat enough, then it's also not easy to be. It's not easy to associate with you or to work with you. So just remember balanced meals and always remember to eat natural whole food. Reduce the processed food. or eliminate them slowly from your diet. Also, these natural foods, they give you lots of nutrients. So it's cheaper in the long run, because if you're eating processed foods, then we have to supplement you. We have to give you so many vitamins. Can you afford it? Can everybody in the house be having supplementations? But when you eat natural foods, then you do not need supplementation. So sometimes we go for supplementation, and it's become a big thing in this sorry, there's a train that passes here, so it's very loud. So supplementation is almost a nutrition fashion. Like, everybody is taking supplements. Who is taking supplements? What is it for? Because your hair is breaking, you take supplements. Because you're having breakout in your skin, you take supplements. Because somebody told you that, oh, my energy levels are very low, you take supplements. But you have to find out what's the underlying problem. Why is my skin breaking? Why is my hair breaking? Why is my energy low? And most of the time, it comes from just things like poor diet or even not hydrating well. That's enough to make you unhealthy. So let's eat healthy and let's eat as natural. So what I'd like you to do as you go home, check your check your kitchen. What are you buying? What are you cooking? It's end month. What are you buying? Look at those receipts that you get from shopping. What are you buying? All right. So also, when you eat healthy, it supports mental health and cognitive function. Remember that when you're always tired because you're lacking energy, your brain produces a lot of stress hormone. And these stress hormones, eventually turn back and affect you mentally. So we need to eat healthy. Nutrients like omega fatty acids, vitamins, and minerals support brain health. But remember, we don't have to prescribe different things for brain health. When you are on the program, we teach you how to eat healthy and how to include variety in your food, because we find that that's a challenge. Most people eat 3 types of vegetables and 2 types of starches. You're eating rice most of the time, and you're eating cabbage and carrots. That's your vegetables all through. Then you're never going to have, you're not going to improve your cognitive function. You're not going to improve your mental health or brain health. So we need to help you to learn, where do I get omega-3 fatty acids if you're vegetarian? Where do I get omega-3 fatty acids if you're not vegetarian? In fact, for my PhD, I really studied fat, and we found that most of the time we know the omega-3 fatty acids come from fish. But also what we found, when you eat healthy, your body makes omega-3 fatty acids. So for people who eat a lot of vegetables in their diet, a lot of the natural, less animal protein, less proteins, you actually make omega-3 fatty acids, and it protects you in the long run. So when you teach your body to eat healthy, the body protects you. We want to avoid processed foods as much as possible. Sometimes in different seasons, we've seen many processed food. I think season 7, we had a lot of people taking sausages, but they had so many things to deal with. So we give them time, but we want to reduce this as much as possible. Sometimes if you go to a place, you go visiting and you find they've served you processed food, occasionally you can have it, but it's not something you want to have every day. Because as we are getting older, we want to prevent cancer. We want to prevent blood pressure. We want to improve the conditions we have. And people don't know, but actually a lot of processed food has now been associated with mental health problems. So you're always feeling depressed, you're feeling moody, you're feeling all this. What are you eating? Of course, there are other things in life that makes you stressed, but what are you eating? When you're healthier, you can handle stress better. When you're not, then it becomes very difficult. So, of course, when you eat diet rich in whole grains, and this is just natural, then you're also able to prevent heart disease, diabetes, and obesity. Remember some of the experiences we've had. We didn't put people on a 13-day diet or a 14-day diet. They just learned how to manage their food, and people have lost weight. Last season, we had somebody actually lose 30 kilos. That's the highest in all the seasons. He walked 1 million steps, 1.4 million steps in 3 months. And just changing his diet, carbohydrates, and he lost 30 kilograms, that's almost 30% of his weight. But we don't have to lose that much. When we lose between 5 to 10%, it's okay. So eating healthy reduces the risk of all these conditions, plus you can improve or even reverse type 2 diabetes, and you can lose weight. You don't have to suffer to lose weight. You only need to learn to eat healthy. And of course, when you eat healthy, just eating healthy will hit the cholesterol, the blood pressure, the blood sugar. Remember, when you're taking medication, you have to take several medications to manage several conditions. But when you're practicing healthy eating and other lifestyle, like we talk about circadian rhythm, movement, all these things improve your health. Okay? Yes, we've talked about healthy weight management. If you eat healthy, we don't get cravings. High fiber foods and balanced meals promote satiety and help control cravings. It is one of the easiest things to manage, to control cravings. Just eat a protein in the morning. I used to get many people saying, oh, I crave for this, I crave for this, I crave for this. And I can promise you, just take a protein for breakfast and see what happens. The craving completely stops. So what it means that when you crave, it means you're not having sustained energy. So your body actually needs energy. It comes in form of craving. And because you have an idea of what you want, then you make it, oh, I need to eat chocolate with cream. I need to eat, drink this and take this. So it's you who decides. Your body does not decide, I want porridge or I want chips or I want this. No, it's you who decides. But when you have sustained energy, then the cravings are a history. All right. Yeah. So, yeah. Also improve immune system. Remember, immune system is so important. And most of the time we think only children suffer from poor immune, but also adults do. So during COVID, this can you mute? Are you able to mute? Okay, thank you. Yeah. So I was saying most of the time we think only children suffer from immune system, low immune system, but adults do. Anytime you're consistently having upper respiratory tract infections, always having something to do with the flu, with a cold, or you're always treating something, that means your immune system is low. Many people suffered fatalities during COVID because we had very low immune system. And so nutrients like vitamin C, D, and zinc play crucial roles in the immunity. For example, how many of us actually take time to sit out in the sun and get that sun for 30 minutes? Most of us work, so we wake up very early. We want to beat the traffic. We get to work early. We are in the office the whole day. You sit in a corner where the sun does not even come close, or you're in air conditioning the whole day. That affects your immunity, affects your vitamin D. So, but we're not saying you're going to supplement vitamin C, D, and zinc. No, we're going to educate you on how you can utilize this, on how you can find this in your diet, and to make time to actually go to the sun. That's very important. The sun is a natural doctor. We said all this is to do with nature. You don't get the sun, you lower your immune system. You don't get the sun, you increase the risk of mental health challenges. You don't get the sun, so many problems. Vitamin D has also been found to be able to prevent cancer and many others. So it's not a supplement. It's what you do with your lifestyle so that you're able to get all this in your diet. So a strong immune system can reduce the frequency and severity of any illness. The lower the immune, the more you suffer. Even remember, if somebody is living with diabetes, anytime they have a flu, they have something that triggers their immune, the blood sugars are completely out of control. And that can be very, very disturbing. Also, when you go to hospital, you stay in the hospital longer, and that's very costly. Yeah. Okay. So high fiber food supports digestion and prevents constipation. In the program, we also talk about your stool type. So what kind of stool do you get? Do you get, are you constipated when you go to the toilet? You get those little like goat ones? Or do you sit there for so many hours to just remove a piece? then you're not eating healthy. You're also not hydrating properly. So you need to make sure that you go to the toilet 1 minute, it's completely out. You don't even need a lot of tissue. Then you're eating healthy. So I want to challenge you to find what you call the Bristol stool chart, and just put that chart in the house or in the toilet. Find out what is the poo of your family. So if your poo is hard, we have a problem. Your food should come out soft. If it is also watery, then that's also a problem. It should just be well formed. You don't struggle. It goes out fast. Yes. So healthy eating is very, very, very important. So in short, I've told you a lot already. And of course, when you eat healthy, you also benefit the environment. Right now, we have a whole thing about planetary health. So is it being a vegetarian? Is it the best thing for your health? We can find out that as we go on. But I can say that most of my clients who have learned to become vegetarians, they have corrected their sight, they have reversed cancer or put cancer in remission, let's say. So it is possible, but we don't want to recommend anything after 6 weeks, after you have learned a lot of things. And some of our topics include relationship with food, emotional eating, carbohydrate intelligence, planning your meals, portion sizes. When you've gone through these basic topics, including your diet and gene expressions, then we can tell you a little bit more about vegetarianism. We can tell you more about intermittent fasting, but we can't tell you that until we go through at least the 6 sessions on nutrition. Yes, so what do I want to say? Taking drugs without eating properly is like washing your hands and drying them in the dirt. So learn to eat healthy. You may not be able to join the program at the moment because of one reason or the other, but take your time and visit a dietitian or nutritionist in the nearest health facility. It will make a difference for your health and your family. Thank you very much. And I stop there.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. John. So this is how we do it at DTLC. Maybe everybody could just put on the chat what they have learned, just one point that stood out for you in Dr. Joang's presentation among her tips. Put it down so that you can work on it whether or not you're joining the program. And it will help us to see the areas that we'll work, we have to build on. And Dr. Joang, every week we give a challenge. So whether we're on the program or not, what did you say our challenge is for the next week?
The challenge for this week, I have 2 challenges for you. 3. One is you need to get the Bristol stool chart. Mildred has put it there, Bristol stool chart. And then put it in the house, in the bathroom, and make sure that all your family members are getting normal stool. And how you're going to do this is you're going to improve how you eat. If you've been having constipation, then you need to start thinking hydration and my vegetable intake. A lot of men, unfortunately, have very high prevalences of colon cancer. And they also have very high prevalences of hemorrhoids. They end up in surgeries for hemorrhoids just because of constipation. That's actually not acceptable. You can do better. Increase the vegetables, hydrate. Just look at the stool and make sure you do everything to get the stool. Make sure you're having vegetable in every meal. So that is a challenge for anybody who is out there and all the people who are starting the program. Challenge number 2 is for those in the program, you're going to start taking pictures of your food and you're going to post them on the group, starting with your breakfast tomorrow. Start posting. We will use these pictures for education. And like Doris told you, she was like, why do I have to post my food? Why do I have to say? It becomes very, very useful when it comes to education because we have to know where your mistakes are for us. And for those who are not joining the program, keep a diary, keep like 2 weeks. Just even you keep pictures for 2 weeks of your food and then just analyze. You can analyze how many types of vegetable do I eat? How many stuffs do I eat? Do I eat raw vegetables or is it just always cooked? Is it the same type, the same way? Am I mixing too many? You can analyze that. So they're going to post food pictures. And then last but not least, stop animal protein at night and move it to your breakfast. Start eating it in the morning. Thank you very much. Those are my challenges for this week. And every week we will have a challenge. Lydia will put that challenge and we will share the video. Today's video we will share with everybody, but we will not be able to share the other videos. Thank you so much.
Okay, interesting.
Yes.
I think your challenges are even coming up in people's lessons.
Mhm.
Joyce says, my diet controls my poop and walking does magic. And James says, taking protein in the morning gives you a lot of energy. So those are both of the challenges on the program for the next week.
Yeah.
Now, Dr. John, you said we post our food. Where are we posting?
Yes, thank you very much for bringing that up. So for the DTLC program, we have the WhatsApp group. And this WhatsApp group is to provide education. So the WhatsApp group, if you've already enrolled, you've been already added to a group. So in the group, we're going to post food pictures. We're going to post a link for a group exercise program. So this link is going to help us see each person's steps and we can compete among ourselves. Lydia is going to provide all this information during the week. So this week we are taking to onboard you, to add you to various programs that we are going to do. And then just start posting your pictures every day. We are not going to judge you. Don't be afraid. Your pictures of food and whatever you drink, we are going to use it to educate you. And you will benefit. Maybe somebody can say, should they be afraid to post? Who was in the program? Like the newest people on the block are like Nyawade. I think Bella talked for you. What was the benefit of posting these pictures? Adiambo, if you're still here. Maybe she's left.
Okay, maybe Charles Awiti can tell us, is it beneficial to post?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, Charles?
Yes, indeed, it is beneficial. I learned a lot.
Charles, I think we have an issue.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Network
I can hear
issue?
him now. Yes.
Okay.
Go ahead, Charles.
If you can hear me now, I can proceed. Yes, so it is. Yes, it is beneficial from my experience. And when I posted at the beginning, I thought my meals were one of the best, only to realize that they needed a lot of correction. And by the end of the program, I'd done 360-degree change in my food, and that came out in nearly all the aspects that Dr. Alice talked about: the mood, the energy, the weight. I lost weight, and I was feeling a lot better and healthy. You're active, you're alert, you can do more than you usually would do otherwise. And ward off these so-called degenerative diseases. And so you live healthy, you grow old gracefully. Thank you.
Thank you.
Dr. John, this is your answer.
I think Jenna Witty wanted to speak. May she say something? Mami, you can say something?
Yeah, I just wanted to answer the question, does it work? Yes, it does. Because by seeing other people, how they participate, what kind of food they're eating is helping you to analyze your own food. And then it makes you know where to adjust in your diet. And it's very encouraging also to know, because you think in your head, I'll remember what I've eaten, but you won't. But by taking a picture and posting it, And having even the time to come, you go back, you check on what have I eaten. Where did I go wrong? By just looking what you have been eating for the whole week and the whole month. Me, I was in those other seasons. I feel like joining every season to get more and more as a reminder. So I've never stopped taking pictures of what I'm eating. So I would encourage everyone to do it, not to feel something. You learn. It's for learning purposes, not to be lectured on. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Mama.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. And Helen also says that her husband participated in the last 2 programs, and because he posted his pictures, it helped her to be more aware of her cooking and be consequent with their diet. So I hope you're joining Helen for you this time round.
Yeah.
She is joining. Yeah.
Okay, great. So how do we join? I think that's a good question at this point. I saw Joyce asking making another good point and says, asking on behalf of many, herself and many. Does it cost something? How do we get to be on that group? Lydia, tell us, what is the consideration? Having seen the value of the program, what is the consideration?
Well, good evening, dear friends. We are delighted you've stayed through the whole program. Thank you so much. So, how do you join this impactful program? Well, it's a step away. You simply need to contact us. We've posted our number on the chat box. We'll, as soon as possible, send you the registration form. Or if you can't wait, visit our website tonight and access the same registration form there. So the form is very simple, straightforward, very brief to the point. So we still have a few slots remaining. We encourage you to secure your slot as soon as possible. So this program is a 6-week comprehensive program, and the total fee for the full 6 weeks is 20,000 shillings. Such a worthwhile investment. So I hope to receive more registration forms tomorrow morning when we wake up. And we wish you all the best in your wellness journey. And we are here to work with you. So back to you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Lydia. So you said 20,000?
Yes.
Will get us, will put us in good stead to be part of the program, eh? Okay, great. So think about it. And Joyce, there you are. Make a decision, you and your friends, and join the program. And you had the happy stories. Next season, you're the one who's going to be telling the story. We are very happy to have been here. It was not a waste of time, I am sure. It's always a pleasure to be here with all of you working towards wellness. And remember the challenges, eh? Whether we are here or not, please put into practice what you've learned. And whatever you've noted there, work on it and see the difference, and you can tell us what you think. I saw something interesting. We cannot solve problems with the kind of thinking we employed when we came up with them. So we cannot be the same tomorrow after having been in this show today. Deal? Let us agree we are changing how we do things. I've seen somebody saying, I used to eat the breakfast for dinner and dinner for breakfast, and that changes tomorrow. And whatever else it is, be the change that you need to make. Success is worked on. So there has to be work put into it. So the DTLC team gives you the tools to work with, but it's up to you to make it happen. Nature gives us all the pieces required to achieve exceptional wellness and health, but it has left us to put these pieces together. So let us put the pieces together and have a healthier lifestyle. Let's not wait to be called or to call Dr. Ojwang that we have an emergency. Let us have preventative action. And that starts tonight. So thank you for joining us this evening. We trust that you have enjoyed it as we have. And we look forward to having many more people enrolling. Lydia will be waiting, as she has said, and we look forward to seeing you on the program starting Monday evening, 8 o'clock to 9:30, and change your life, for your health is your wealth. Good night, everybody, and thank you for joining us.